Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to day 6, or technically week 6 of the Money for Mummy Money Manifesting mini series, where we've been going through the whole 6-part program in 6 days as like mini bite-sized pieces. Today we're up to day 6 and I'm doing this on Instagram Live instead of Facebook Live. I don't know, just because like the same people are jumping on my Facebook Live every day, which is great, and I'm just gonna copy it and send it over there as well. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. So this week is the final wrap up from the whole 6-part program. So over the past 6 weeks, or technically 6 days if you've been playing along at home, we have talked about, the first week was abundant as fuck, which is where we were going over the manifesting principles, the foundations of money manifesting, and basically like setting you up with all the core things that you need to really start to align your vibration with abundance and wealth. Week 2 is budget your shit, which is the actual physical nitty gritty of not so much like managing your money, but nurturing your money and being aware of it. Things like what is your net worth, auditing your current spending. I'm looking at my notes here because there's a lot to talk about. Planning your growth for your finances, and then practical steps to create wiggle room in your life, and then sort of setting up automated transfers and stuff. So we did all that in week 2. Week 3 is habits of a rich bitch. I'm going to move my phone here so I can see better. Habits of a rich bitch. So this is when we went over stepping into the version of you that is already abundant, already knows that wealth is her divine right as a human being, and the step-by-step money secrets to guarantee success. That was week 3. Obviously, these are very more in depth. I'm like giving you the total skim over version right now. Week 4 is adulting, #adulting, which is really starting to think about what's a want, what's a need, learning to pay yourself first, investing in your future, determining exactly what to spend your money, stop spending money guilt, and stop living paycheck to paycheck was everything we did that week. And then last week, or yesterday, if you're doing these little mini bite-sized modules at home, was rewiring your money mindset. That is probably the biggest week out of all of them because it gets super emotional. And that's where we start to understand your money values and your money belief systems. Break your money fears, create new money wiring and those new neural pathways to pretty much rewire your brain from a place of scarcity and lack to actual abundance and wealth and positivity. And then basically just crush and blow out your glass ceiling. Like what you thought was your possible limit, just completely destroying that and going above and beyond. And that's when we have massive breakthroughs, lots of feedback from people. Oops, what have I touched here? In week 5. So that was yesterday, and all the lives you can catch up on my YouTube channel or on the Facebook page or the Facebook group. Sexy Selfish Mums Manifesting More Wealth is the Facebook group, but otherwise Facebook page or YouTube, they're all up there. So today is week 6, day 6, and this is about getting more money. So like getting money in your pocket, realizing and understanding just how easy money is to actually get. It's not something, we kind of tend to give away our power, like we give it to the government and say, well, I can't have any more money because the economy is screwed, or I can't have any more money because my boss won't give me a pay rise, or I've got to wait for Karen in accounting to retire before I can step in. Like we give away all this power and we think that we can't actually do anything about the situation. And this week is talking about the fact, like, yes, manifesting, yes, energy work, yes, setting intentions and all that stuff, but how about you actually like also get up off your ass and go and do the shit that you need to do to get where you want to go. So this week we talk about strategies for creating more money, and specifically, I'm pretty sure I haven't done this particular week in a couple of months. We start off with, there's 10 ways that you can get an extra $1,000 in your bank account this month, right? So we start off with that, and they're super easy steps that people don't even think about. And I want to share it with you right now. I do, but I know it's going to turn into a completely whole separate other training, and that will take up 2 hours. But if you want to learn more about that, the Money for Money program or working with me one-on-one, and you get access to all of that as well. So strategies for actually creating more money. I give you 10 super practical ways to get an extra $1,000 ASAP. We also talk about how to actually ask for money without being weird about it. Like how to actually confidently and in an aligned way ask for what you're worth. Charge the prices that you want to in your business. Ask your boss for a pay rise. Have those awkward, sometimes awful conversations with your partner about money. We actually go over how to comfortably ask for more money, know you deserve more money. We also talk about the simple process to creating multiple forms of income. This is something, I don't know if you guys personally know many really wealthy people, you may or may not. I do now. I certainly didn't as a younger person, but I do, I could list about 10 people worth over $1 million in my circle at the moment. And the difference between everyday Aussie battling sometimes, that mindset and that lifestyle where we're just working every week to pay the mortgage for the house that we don't actually spend any time in because we're working to pay for the mortgage for the house. Stepping out of that cycle, and you speak to the people who are worth millions of dollars, who have, this incredible lifestyle that we want. And there's a couple of key differences. And one of them is obviously mindset. The second one is nearly all people who are worth $1 million or more have multiple streams of income. So up to, I think the average is 7 streams of income coming in at once. And it's kind of what we've talked about in previous videos and in previous weeks, is the idea that to have a really solid table, you want 4 strong legs. Because if you have a table with 4 strong legs and something happens and one leg gets a little bit loose or wobbly, one leg falls over, termites get into one leg, or it gets knocked over in a storm, whatever it is, you've still got 3 other legs to balance on. And your table might be a little bit shaky, but it's still going to stand up. It's going to make it through until you can replace that other leg. Likewise, if 2 of your legs get knocked out, it's probably going to be pretty tippy, but it's still standing up until you get those 2 legs replaced. If you have a table with 1 leg and something happens to that leg, you're fucked. In a nutshell, you're done. The table's going to fall over, everything's going to slide off, and you're really having to completely build it from scratch. All right, so between when it falls over and you finding another leg to prop it up, there's nothing happening there, which I think is a really, really great analogy for having multiple streams of income. And the idea was 7. That's what most millionaires have, is 7 different methods of income. So think about it right now. If you're watching this live or on the replay, how many streams of income do you have? Are you relying on 1 table leg? Do you have 3 or 4? Do you have 7 or 8? I mean, the more successful people, the more streams of income. It's a way of kind of diversifying, and you don't have to always diversify your effort and your mindset to be able to do that. I mean, you think about most families, 2 streams of income possibly, and then say dad takes on some cash job as a builder, mum also works a part-time network marketing company, and then they add in an investment property, and then maybe they invest in another form of business as well and some online e-commerce. The average Australian person can get 7 different streams of income if they're open to actually doing it. A lot of people hear that and go, too much work, and it's that's cool, that's fine. If you don't want to do the work, perfectly fine, and enjoy retirement eating spam out of a can, that's fine. It's up to you. What else do we talk about this week? So yeah, getting multiple streams of income, showing you the options for multiple streams of income, but then also talking about choosing the right income strategy which truly aligns with who you are. Because not everyone's cut out to be a real estate or a property developing mogul, and not everyone's cut out to do network marketing sales, and not everyone is going to want to, spend their Saturday nights building tables from scratch. It's finding and multiple income sources that are actually aligned with who you are and your values and your beliefs and your purpose in life. And that way, when you've got those income streams, when you're putting effort into things that are actually aligned with who you are and what you want, it's not as much hard work. It is still hard work, but it doesn't feel like it because you can enjoy it. Then the last 2 topics that we talk about is the simple scripts I use personally to ask for money in order to create greater wealth. So we do a lot about scripting. and kind of like how to confidently ask for money, how to confidently raise your prices, how to confidently have those conversations. And then the last bit that ties up the entire program is goal setting. So we go through what have we learned, how has it impacted us, what changes have we made, like a big period of reflection, and then setting those goals, making those changes, creating a plan to move us forward. Because we just spent 6 weeks doing the program, having that structure, having those group coaching sessions, having the Facebook group to be a part of. And then it's like, I'm not going to just like send you out and be like, thank you, I have your money, you can piss off and you can fuck it up all you want now. Like, that's, the whole thing is pointless, completely pointless. If I had that type of attitude, and so did the people coming into it, but they don't. We want to create something that you can use forever, that the skills you can continue to have. And that's the mission behind all of this. You know, I've worked in companies before, in nutrition companies, where it's been about how do I get a client, and then how do I keep them for every single month of forever? How do I like hook them on my product and keep them coming back and having to buy more every month? And with the Money for Mummy program, that is not the aim. Like, this is a one-time investment where you learn the skills, and then I want you to have a plan and have, that's why you get the option to stay in the Facebook group, the plan, and then the support and the accountability to actually like move forward and keep doing this. Like, you shouldn't ever need to come back and do it. Like, you can come back and do the program again, but you shouldn't need to come back and reinvest to do the program again. Like, it's completely aimed to give you the skills to use for the rest of your life, which is, I guess, why I'm super passionate about it, you know. So that's this week. So I'm playing with my hair a lot because it's just this crazy curly, this, when I go to bed on wet hair, this is what happens, and I look like a literal lion. Okay, so that's week 6. That's what we go over in week 6. And then we kind of just like, yeah, in the group coaching call on week 6, we kind of just connect and reflect on everything that's been, everything we've done, everything we've achieved. A lot of sharing and like sharing our wins. If anyone has any questions, by the way, feel free to comment if you have any questions about the 6-week program. I'm going to answer a couple that have come through this week, even though I am doing a live Q&A session on Insta and Facebook tomorrow morning. But people often ask, they're like, so what do I get out of it? Because the program is over $6,000 worth of value, and it's priced currently at $997. That may be changing, so if you were thinking about doing it, now would be the time to do it. But people often say, okay, like for that price, if I'm having money financial problems and I'm going to pay $997 to do a program that's going to teach me all the skills, but what do I get out of it? Like, can you guarantee I'll make my investment back? And it's like, you're going to have your world rocked, of course, like that's absolutely going to happen. But it's like asking if I can guarantee that you're going to do the work. I can provide all the information. I can give you every single part of everything I know. I can lay it all out for you on a silver platter. But at the end of the day, it's what you do between the sessions, what you do between the group coaching calls, what, you know, if you do the meditations every day, if you do the journaling every day, or if you don't, I can't come around to your house and sit on top of you until you do the journaling that you need to do every day. Like, it's like the ball's in your court with it. I'm going to give you everything I possibly can, but if you're not going to do it, I can't guarantee the results. I'm not here to hold your hand and remind you why you signed up for the course on a daily basis. I'm here to guide you and lead you and encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and to step up, and for you to really truly know on a daily basis that you are worthy of a better life. But I do it with tough love, and I do it with honesty, because I have to. For you to get the results that you truly desire, I have to do that. And I obviously cannot guarantee that you will get results, because there's so many factors and there's so many parts of it which determines on the effort that you put in. But I know this. I know that if I put in 100%, sorry, no, that was the wrong wording. If you give me 100%, and if you do this 100%, if you actually put 100% into it, you can get 100% back. But if you only put 20% in, you're only going to get 20% back. It's an, you know, input equals effort equals outcome. You kind of get what I'm saying. You got to meet the universe halfway. And that's really at the end of the day what you do have to be aware of. I have as well, people often ask, I'm not a business owner, I'm a stay-at-home mum, is Money for Mummy the course for me? The principles are exactly the same. The principles work whether you're a mum, they actually work whether you're a man, but I specifically really like working empowering women. The principles are the same. The language is a little bit different. So this program is for mums. You don't have to be in business. That's why there is the completely separate included Boss Mama portal, which has, the 6 modules are completely aimed just at mums in general. And I do share about some of my business experience, but it's not in a all-encompassing way. And then the business portal, Boss Mama business portal, that has trainings that are specific to how to keep your business income and your family income separate, how to talk about money with your partner when you have a full-time job, he has a full-time job, and business is like how to organize that type of stuff. So there's a separate place for really business specific conversations that need to happen, and just some extra trainings and stuff like that for you. So does anyone have any questions before I jump off? I don't want this to be too long. That's the problem. I was going to upload all these as IGTV episodes, and all of them are too long. So I'm kind of kicking myself. I might have to send it off to my assistant and see if she can kind of edit them and condense them down into smaller versions. I'm just going to grab some information for you guys about what's actually in the program, which I should know off by heart. But I want to be able to double check. Why can't I find it on this page? Okay, so with Money for Mummy, this is actually what you get in the program. So you get 6 transformative 60-minute training modules. Actually, that's a lie. Some of them are quite a bit longer than 60 minutes, but that's what you get. So 6 60-minute training modules, that's valued at $1,200. You get 6 live 30-minute Q&A sessions. Now that's actually not right either, because our multiple Q&A sessions go for about an hour. So it's actually probably double that price. But for the sake of what's on the website, 6 live 30-minute Q&A sessions, also valued at $1,200. You used to get, this has not been updated, I'll update it today, 6 transformational workbooks and homework books. Now you don't actually get 6 workbooks anymore. I have lovingly taken all individual 6 ones and put it in one bulk one. So what happens is when you sign up to the program, you get an email with all your workbook and everything, and you just print it off in like one big hit. Found that was easier for people because most women were printing as they were going, and so they get to week 4 and they'd run out of ink, or they'd go down to their library and print weeks 2 and then forget week 3 and print 4, 5, 6, and then get home and realize. And it was just like, let's just put it in one, because we're mums, we're busy as fuck, and we don't have time for that shit. So you get that with the homework. That's valued about $600, and it is beautiful now. I re-updated everything and it's all professionally designed and it's stunning. Access to the private Facebook group as well. This is a really, really important part of that support and accountability. And I guess it's the difference between working with me in a one-on-one sense where you have 24/7 messaging access to me, and doing the program. A part of that, the difference between those two products was the connection and the support and the accountability. So being a part of the Facebook group, the Sexy Selfish Elite VIP Facebook group, for this course is where you get that connection, where you can celebrate your wins in a really safe place, where you can talk about money, that you don't have to call up your mum who's got a really negative mindset and be like, I have these questions. You can actually have a safe place to talk about this stuff with other women who are going through the exact same stuff that you are. And we all, we go live in there, we chat about different things. I always try to answer all the questions in there. And just support each other and just hang out and be around like-minded people. It's really, really important. We actually cover a lot of that in week 3 or 4 around creating a community which raises your level of wealth and vibration. And this is the type of community that you get. All right, so access to the private Facebook group, that's valued at $997. I've had too much coffee. I'm talking very fast. I've gone back to having black coffee instead of lattes, and it's like, I'm like, squirrel, squirrel. Bit hyped, or it's a full moon. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Boss Mama Mindset Portal, which is what I was speaking about earlier, with lots of trainings specifically around business, money mindset, business mindset, emotions and business, and how that's a gigantic roller coaster. So there's lots of extra information there. That's actually the highest price point. So considering I started with the original program of just the 6 transformative training modules, and then the Boss Mama Mindset Portal was something that I've been adding into regularly for the last six to 9 months. That's actually the biggest chunk of resources in the entire program now. That's actually worth over $2,000, and it's probably the equivalent of 40 hours or more in terms of resources there. I also give you my abundance meditation pack, so you get 3 different lengths of my meditations for you, which are having massive effects, massive releases, and alignment. I'll start getting upset, not upset, but emotional talking about it. And then the bonus 2 is the Badass Budget Calculator. Both those are worth $197. And that's the only budget calculator, the only budget tool you will ever need. It is completely idiot proof. You only have to enter 1 number and you can project finances for the rest of your life. So it's super simple, but it's the one that I personally use. It's the one all my clients use, and it just works. It's just not complicated. There's no legal pad and calculator and trying to work it out, or using one of those old, what are they called, abacuses? Is that what they were called, abacuses? I don't know. It's idiot proof, this budget calculator, and it works. It really works. It schedules everything. You make sure that everything has a place, but not in that overwhelming, you have to set up 18 different accounts type of situation either. So yeah, and the total value for my entire program is it's close to $7,000 actually, but it's $6,000. So you get $6,000 worth of value in the Money for Mummy program over 6 weeks, working with me, group coaching sessions. Enrollments are open now, and you actually, $6,000 worth of value, it's only $997 currently. $997. So you get nearly $7,000 worth of value for $997. And then you want to know the best bit? You can pay upfront if you want to. If you're balls to the wall, I need to change, let's make this happen, I'm so done with being broke, I'm so done with being poor, balls to the wall, you can actually pay upfront $997. But because we're all about creating money and nurturing your money, but from a place of abundance, you actually have payment plans as well. So you can choose to pay up front, or you can choose to pay over 3 months, because I might be a money mindset coach, but I want you to be able to invest in this program and do it and get the most out of it, and not putting yourself totally into fear town going, oh my fucking God, I just paid so much to work with this mentor, I just paid so much to do this program, and I'm just freaking out. The idea is to get you away from money fear and away from money guilt, and to get rid of spending shame for good. So the best way to do that is to be able to let you guys pay for the program in the easiest way possible, in the way that is most comfortable for you. So we basically take the $997 and split it up into a payment plan over 3 months, so it's super easy. So $7,000 worth of value, and you can get started for $84 today, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Pretty freaking amazing. So you got the 2 options: pay in full, pay over 3 months. And then here's what happens next. I just want to run through this, and then I'm going to jump off, because we do have our live Q&A session tomorrow where I'll be going through all of this. I've been using my hands a lot this week. So here's exactly what happens next. Once you click the link in my bio and get registered, you check your email, including your junk folder, for an email from me. And then it's important that you flag that email, that you save it, that you copy and paste it into your notes, whatever you have to do, because that email is important. Check out the Money for Mummy portal and join our Sexy Selfish Elite Facebook group portal and introduce yourself, okay? Selfies are mandatory. We want to get to know each other. We're going to be hanging out for 6 weeks. And then to introduce yourself in the group, connect with some of the people, go check out the portal, download your resources, print them off, whatever you want to do, and then get ready to manifest some serious money. My 6-week Money for Money program will get rid of spending shame and spending guilt for good, unfuck your finances, and completely transform the way that you spend, earn, save, and attract and manifest money forever. So I can't wait to welcome you into the group.